my main objective in life has just gotten bigger and harder. But I believe that you should at least take the consideration that this should be your main priority, especially if you have made no significant progress in self improvement or towards the achievement of your main goal. Because not only does it make you help you make better results much faster and much more easier, but also it can make the process, every single step of your journey, 10 times more enjoyable, and it makes you more proud and grateful for being on this journey, and it has the capability of changing the course of how you experience life as a whole. And I want you to experience that for yourselves. So at least give it a try for 1 week and see how you go. My main objective is to vividly visualize myself already having achieved my desire, which is my desire is to make $2,000 in the month of December this year from this YouTube channel you are watching right here, right now, in ad revenue. Now, I believe in order for me to achieve that, I need to actually see in my mind as much as possible that I've already achieved it. And I believe I have. And I need to become more convinced, I need to become more consistent and repeat it often more and more and increase the workload of how often I actually do that. And I'm going to do that, visualize myself successful, get emotionally involved with that visualization at least 7 times every single day. And that will push me out of my comfort zone just slightly, which will be good enough for me to actually make improvements and become more disciplined and to actually have put more focus and attention into me developing myself to become the type of man worthy enough to achieve this goal. And I believe I'm on track to achieve it, and it's changed a lot of other aspects of my life, such as how I enjoy the process, how I'm grateful for all progress I make, including the mistakes that I'll make, and including how bad those failures are, because I understand how I make mistakes now. I go see and learn the mistakes that I make, and I go try and make progress to actually prevent it from happening again. And that's how I spring back from failure to success, which will bring me closer to success than if I were not to fail at all. For the past few days in particular, I have become much more attached to the purpose of myself working towards achieving this goal. Now, I do not want to become attached to the results because, as you can see at the beginning of my YouTube channel, like down in the first 10 videos or so, I've got barely any views. And now, because I'm actually become attached to the purpose of what I'm focusing on, why I need to make these YouTube videos to improve them to the best of my abilities, is because I want to help my younger self. And more importantly, I want to help you guys who've been struggling to make progress on self-improvement and who have been struggling to stay consistent. If you have been unfocused, did not have a great plan of how to actually set your goals and what to set them on and what you wanted to actually accomplish, I am here to help you. After my self-image improvement challenge finishes, well, it won't finish, I'll continue doing it for the rest of my life, but after it is no longer the main focus on this YouTube channel of my journey, I will actually make more content towards helping my younger self in a better way, in a more focused area. And I believe that will become goal setting and how to develop much better focus. And right now, I'm just developing the main important part, which is improving your self-image. Now, as described earlier, you can improve your self-image by just visualizing yourself already doing the things that you once thought wasn't like you. And you have to feel like that is who you are. Those visualizations, that is who you are. And you have to become convinced that it is you. You have to naturally feel like it is you, and you have to see through the lens of that type of person, see through his eyes, and actually experience reality from his perspective, from his point of view. And then, if that becomes your main focus and you become attached to that, and you naturally feel and become convinced that you're already that type of person, it won't even be that long until you become that type of person. That is why self-image is so powerful. I visualize myself becoming so involved with this desire, and I'm enjoying every single step of the way. I'm grateful for everything that's happening to me, including all of the bad, dark days of failure and the bad mistakes that I make. I'm embracing failure. I am improving exponentially. I'm involved with the purpose of this self-image improvement challenge, which is to actually create the identity of what the man who achieves my goal of making $2,000 in the month of December this year from this YouTube channel. I have to become that type of man first before I can actually achieve all of the steps, complete all of the steps towards the attainment of that desire. And I believe I've already achieved that and done a successful job at that. But I need to stay consistent, stay up with the workload that I've been doing, and increase it up to 7 times per week, 7 times per day, of just visualizing success. Because I want this to be long term, because it's about 5 months till December now. June is pretty much nearly finished, and July is about to start, and I believe I've made incredibly ridiculous progress. I thought that in the month of June I was just going to get 5 views, but since I'd forgotten about that assumption, I actually created the assumption that I am the type of person worthy enough to achieve this goal, and so I'm making much more progress than I thought. And if you genuinely like this content that I'm producing, please, I would accept all feedback in the comments. I would accept any type of feedback. If I'm terrible and I'm horrible, it's one thing, such as yapping on about something irrelevant, which I have done in my past videos. Please let me know. Now, once again, please make this your priority if you have made no change in your life and you're desperate to actually make changes in your life. Before I started this challenge, I was desperate. I really was keen enough to get out of my situation and to actually become a better version of myself. And I'm sure we all are. I'm sure we all want better things in life. And how much do you want it on a scale of 1 to 10? You can't want it as a 7. You have to want it as a 10, if not an 11 out of 10. That means you have to become desperate for it. And then you have to want it, not for the results, you have to want it enough for the action. Because you can't become attached to the results, otherwise you will make none. So get out of that wanting phase after you actually start making action and start wanting it for the purpose of what you're serving. Just like I have with my self-image improvement challenge. That is something I wish I could tell my younger self. He wasted years of not knowing that type of advice right there. And I hope that you can apply it to change your life. It sure has changed mine. I wish you all the best on your self-improvement journeys. And of course, have a good one.